First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT, postwrestling.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and of course,
twitch.tv/upNXT podcast. Hello, Twitch room. We've missed you. It's been forever since we've been in this glorious world of Twitch.
Yeah, that's right. No, we were on Twitch a lot. We're Twitchers.
We're Twitchers.
We're full on twitching, bro. Yeah. We were on Twitch a lot this past weekend. Yeah, we're NXT friends. NXT's moving in a different direction. Oh, it's dying. Well, then, as up next, we'll die with this shit.
We'll die with it.
Yeah, until that USA pulls that plug, baby, we ain't doing it. We ain't moving. Doesn't matter if they give us a tape show. Couldn't tell the difference if it was taped or not. Yeah. I don't read ahead. Well, I try not to, and didn't really see anything that...
I only got spoiled about Danny Burch, and I can't say
Whoa.
I went, no, fuck, oh man, that would have been...
Came back?
Oh, imagine if I hadn't have known that Danny Burch was coming back.
Shout out Danny Burch.
Shout out Danny Burch, NXT original.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't really seen anything for these tapings.
No, I haven't at all. But we came off a weekend. We just did a show Sunday night for NXT TakeOver 36, and we chat all about that. Go listen to that show because we had some high praise for some of the stuff that was on that show, including Walter Dragunov 2, which I've watched a few times now. Definitely match of the year contender. So,
crazy match.
Yeah, just insanity. Pro wrestling definitely needs to be more like that more often. So definitely check out that show. We gave some SummerSlam thoughts. We fell asleep during our Twitch watch-along.
I've fallen asleep so much when I shouldn't have these last few days.
So for the first time ever, we didn't do a SummerSlam show. So that was, I mean, do a we just were like, nah. Like,
Again,
nah.
we apologize.
No one cares.
No one cares.
We did a fun, our takeover show was good. So go check all that out as well, because that was a lot of fun. We had a pretty busy weekend. I mean, CM Punk shows up, Brock Lesnar shows up, Becky Lynch shows up,
Danny Burch shows up.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Xia Li didn't show up. Where's Xia?
Hashtag where's Xia?
Where's Xia?
Yeah, main event, main roster? Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, but there's a lot going on. Obviously, we'll be doing BD Elite. Tomorrow night, we'll be talking all about CM Punk on Dynamite.
Yeah, CM Punk's talking again
on
tomorrow.
TNT. Yeah, on Wednesday night. So we'll be chatting all about that leading up to All Out. As you're still going to All Out.
As of this
Knock
moment,
on wood.
I did just change my Tinder settings.
Oh, okay.
To show
so you are definitely.
I'm now in Chicago, so I'm making plans.
So you're going all in for All Out weekend.
Exactly, absolutely.
You're gonna listen to some Downstate.
Yeah.
That'll get you in the mood.
Yeah.
In the zone. Wow.
I'll probably just be eating a lot of deep dish again, like last time. But
you mean the pizza
crossed.
or?
Oh, hey.
So we're looking forward to doing all the AEW stuff on that show. It's on this very feed if you want to hear us talk about Dynamite. I feel like there's some other things that I definitely want to talk about, which is up next summer. We gave some initial thoughts on Sunday and let it kind of dust settle and everything. You need to check out Up Next Summer. We have the whole replay on the Twitch and the YouTube, youtube.com/upnext, upNXT. And we got the promo video from Dickie Bird with myself looking like a Kingpin rap music video star, and then Fire Frank looking like
Fire as always.
Well, as the Fiend, the Firefly Frank's Firefly Funhouse or
Frank's Funhouse.
Yeah, whatever Dickie concocted there is just brilliant. Go check it out. The 8-minute promo videos on the YouTube you have to see. We've already said our thanks to these guys, but just magical. Go check it out.
Yeah, head to the YouTube, youtube.com/upnext. We've got loads of videos, kind of isolated clips from the show if you don't have time to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if you do, I've been seeing people commenting saying they've sat down after the fact and watched the whole thing and been enjoying it. So if you do have time to spare, absolutely give the show
Yeah.
a watch. We're very proud of it.
Yeah, check the YouTube out. Give us some love on there. Go on the YouTube and give us some comments on the whether you watch the whole show, whether you watch the promo, the main event with me and Frank, or your rap battle.
Oh boy,
the Brit from the Six.
the Brit from the Six.
Spitting hot fire. You've never rapped before, and it's gone internet viral that you've eviscerated. Look,
Should I change my career? We're reviewing Juice tomorrow, by the way.
with Tupac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there rap battles in that?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Mum Spaghetti.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Spoilers if you haven't already, but the cat's out the bag. The Brady is no longer your BDE champion.
Yeah.
I lost in dramatic fashion to Fire Frank.
You lost at your own game.
I lost at my own game.
I did everything I could do.
I did think it was finish the lyrics. I was told to say.
I said I'm going to read the lyrics.
I feel like I was screwed by you.
Screwed by you.
Hold on.
That was the game.
No, hold on.
You don't listen, friend. You don't listen.
I thought the game was magnificent, and Frank is someone in our community where we've put him in these games, and this guy kills. He knows everything there is to know about trivia, and apparently knows a lot in the world of music. I beat him in the final beat. That's the only one I did win.
Yeah.
And then he came back with.
And I did give you Stone Cold Steve Austin as one of those. So
some of his were really easy. But it was vice versa. It was a good mix. But he defeated me in Up Next Summer. Go watch it if you have not already. But I say he is he's deserving to be a champion, to hold our flag, because I don't think the only person he really has could have an issue with is John Pollock, and I still think he could wax the floor in trivia with John Pollock.
Main event.
That's like a out of this world rematch. But the word rematch definitely rings a bell and is something that goes through my mind. I had some time to R&R. I took this loss, and I took some claws down to the beach, and I just had some R&R for a day. I went ghost, and I had to refresh my mind. And I know we're not going to be doing games for a long time, but Survivor Series is around the corner.
It will creep up on us very quick when that title will be defended again.
And I want to say that when the time comes, we'll know what's best to do for Survivor Series. But I lost, and I'm giving all the respect, the handshake, the code of honor to Fire Frank, because he is in fact fire. The chat's always fire, and so is Fire Frank. So my peace and love to Fire Frank. But John Cena takes all the heat from losing on Sunday because everyone forgets about me losing and just saw you literally commit murder in a rap battle. So I'm glad that he took it, because John Cena evil apparently is now John Cena happiness, because he's just going through a phase now. He's got the Baron Corbin haircut.
Oh, no.
He's spending all his money on 7-Eleven snacks. I don't know what he's doing, but he's spiraling out of control, and it's all your fault. You sent him packing.
Well,
you didn't know you were such a hot rapper.
I didn't know. I just thought maybe it's beginner's luck. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we're gonna do more rap battles.
I'm a defending champion of rapping, I guess.
Yeah.
Jamie in the Twitch chat's just saying here that he thinks Fire Frank is gonna go on a Walter run with this title, 870-day run.
800. Mine was 277.
Okay.
So I mean that was close. It was close. But I gotta give the devil his due. The fire is due. I tried going through the fire, but he did it, and he's a friend of the show and world champ patron, and I'm happy that he won, because he fucking can name all world champions in a row with just on it.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's crazy. That's
So
terrifying.
You deserve it.
That's a terrifying champion to have.
But come champion means a lot of people are on your back. People are gonna be watching you, just like Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Everyone's got beef with you. John Cena looks a little too comfortable hanging around him, bro. I don't trust him. We had a lot of fun, and go again, check it out. And a special thanks to you for putting it all together, and Dickie Bird for creating such visuals and making us look like superstars. That guy needs to work for AEW or something soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just insane. Go shout out Dickie Bird, because tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time, he's going to be doing a watch-along kind of live commentary, ask away sort of thing where he's going to be doing it on his Twitch stream, which I think he even changed the stream name so I could remember it, which was twitch.tv/DickieBirdMedia. Go check it out and follow him on Twitter. He's become a great friend of the show. Go check that out. And he's going to be doing like a watch along 6 p.m. tomorrow on the 25th. And he's going to put it up on his YouTube and stuff.
It's kind of what the making of.
The making of. He's going to like do live commentary, I think, or stuff. But I think
sounds great.
He'll also put it up for replay and stuff. But go check him out because he's been like the glue of this craziness that looks like we're an actual like wrestling feder. Like show these videos to people, they'll be like, "What the fuck is this for?" It's just a Twitch trivia.
And then it's just me going, "Who did Kelly defeat the burger?"
Everyone's like, all right, okay.
Sweating away an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, it is hot today.
Well, it's okay
because
because we're secretly training to be pro wrestlers, and we'll just eventually start wrestling and have our own matches.
Sure. Yeah.
All I want to say is thanks everyone for checking it out, and go check it out. And we are proudly supported by Patreon. Go check us out there because for $5 a month, you get access to all these past podcasts, 300 plus podcasts, retro NXT reviews. We just did a What's Next that's coming out this week where we're talking about the debut of Baron Corbin and the Performance Center, the Wyatt family. There's a title change. There's all this stuff going on. Big E's our champion. We've had Chris Jericho, CM Punk show up.
Damien Sandow.
William Regal and Chris Hero now might be teaming together. Shit's crazy.
Camacho.
Shit's wild. Summer Rae.
2013
NXT is wild. But go check out all the Was Next because that's a podcast we do there where we just go back and watch old NXT because NXT is dead. Right?
Can we kill that joke now?
I don't think so.
It's like 6 weeks in a row, and
I don't know. It's the people still saying it.
Well, fuck those people.
Fuck those people. Well, yeah. Well, go listen to our old NXT reviews, and go check out Up Yours, where World Champ patrons pick stuff, and then we got a lot of movie reviews and everything. But it's only $5, and that's how we make our bread.
Yes.
And butter. Yeah. Anything else going on for you? I've been watching a lot of things on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, and there's two things. There's the thing where everybody's putting milk crates and walking up them. Mm-hmm. I got really obsessed with watching it. The one dude who could do it while rolling a blunt wins instantly. The craziest. Second craziest thing I saw was Green Goblin's pumpkin bomb and Doc Ock showing up out of something. Multiverse.
The Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah.
No Way Home?
No Way Jose.
No Way Jose?
Yeah. So the trailer leaked, and then they were like, fuck, we gotta put it out now. So then they just released it, and it definitely blew a lot of people's minds. What is it, Tom Holland?
Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah, usually he's the one who leaks things. He's had the history of just saying something and then being like, oh no. And he's like, yo, it wasn't me. It wasn't. It was obviously Scarlett Johansson, who still is bitter towards Marvel and them. She clearly had a copy of it and was like, I gotta leak it.
Right. This, yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see Green Goblin. The trailer doesn't show. It's like CM Punk.
But it sounded like Willem Dafoe, right?
Yeah. It better not be that other Green Goblin.
Oh, what? It was...
the guy who looked like Green Goblin from
Dane
One Direction.
DeHaan, wasn't it?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, well, he was... Yeah, I'm trying to remember that film. His dad was Norman, wasn't it? He was Harry.
Right, yeah.
In The Amazing One.
Harry Styles.
But yeah, obviously Doc Ock, we know Molina is cast.
Alfred Molina.
And we see him in this trailer.
Yeah.
We hear the voice of Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, that pumpkin bomb gave me the biggest pop, I think, definitely.
I think there's a Sandman kind of
There's
reference.
Sandman. It looked like there was the Lizard.
Okay.
I imagine that they're trying to make it like the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
I wasn't too keen on the Venom movie, so the Carnage one's coming out, so maybe there is perhaps a tie-in. I figured there was a tie-in to Morbius, but maybe that's more so Blade. I'm not too sure, but this one had everything. Of course, they don't show you Tobey Maguire. They don't show you Andrew Garfield, but that's like CM Punk.
Yeah,
it's gonna.
I'm pretty
happen.
sure it's gonna be that.
And I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't know why I want to watch Tobey Maguire be Spider-Man so bad, but even if it's for 2 seconds,
I think also what reason why just is really cool. We're gonna see 3 it's all our generation. We've it's not like it's a Spider-Man of our part of before us.
Yeah.
It's all films we grew up watching, going to the cinema, and you kind of know Spider-Man 3, the original Tobey ones. There was going to be a Spider-Man 4. There was one in the plans before it got nixed. Same with Andrew Garfield. They were setting up the Sinister Six in his films, and then got nixed.
Right.
So it's kind of, I don't know if it can kind of act as a like kind of finishing those like franchises as well. It would be pretty cool
to tie it all up.
But just seeing all three be together is going to be awesome.
Because you know you're gonna get little clips of like Kristen Dunst's. Is it Kristen Dunst?
Kristen Dunst,
yeah, as MJ. You're gonna see Gwen Stacy. You're gonna see like all these.
You think you'll get them in there as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Because you just said it. They're gonna try to fix some things. They're gonna send it off like happy, merry on its merry way, and that's because they're gonna show like Gwen Stacy doesn't die, MJ and Peter are together, all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Becomes a good actress or something. I don't know. What was her story?
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 on the Patreon.
Yeah, yeah. I'm super stoked. I'm like I've been saying I'm cooled off on like the superhero stuff. I've not caught up on any of like the Marvel stuff lately, but it's Spider-Man. It goes Batman, Spider-Man as superheroes as far as I'm concerned.
Think so.
And those are one and two can fight each other on the supremacy.
They've got the best rogues gallery.
Yeah.
Both of them, and you need like every good hero needs a good villain, and I
Yeah.
think that's where Batman and Spider-Man their strengths lie.
I definitely will pop huge for Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe. I just want to. Do you think Willem Dafoe's actually going to be in it? I don't know. He's kind of older now. That'd be fucking
It would
crazy.
be cool.
I think that's the biggest pop, more than Tobey.
Willem Dafoe?
Yeah, he's sick. Sleeper actor is Willem Dafoe. He's in such good movies. Tobey hasn't done shit. Tobey's been chilling on
We've already
Spider-Man
seen J.K. Simmons, haven't we?
He's in it, right?
He's
right.
He shows up at the end of the last one.
That's right. He's in the trailer too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we'll be in Whiplash, which we're reviewing next week.
Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, sweet. What's that guy's name?
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah,
J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson.
A lot of J's.
Yeah.
Jenna Jameson.
Who's that?
J. Jenna Jameson. That's one of the multiverse things.
J. Jenna Jameson.
Peter Parker working for Jenna Jameson at a different publisher, I guess.
Parker, get me pictures of my. We're an NXT podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows that, but at upNXT Podcast, Twitter and Instagram is where you can find us. But yeah, we're hot off Spider-Man: Far From Home, Take Me Home trailer, and we're hot off a nice takeover.
I'm just hot.
We're just hot. It is hot in the
Very hot right now.
It is hot. We also did a tailgate, and we were all like, "Oh, it's super hot." And we had Uncle D from I guess Arizona now, Simon, who was like, "Yeah, it's in Canadian temperature, it's like 44, 46." He said, which what?
It's crazy, yeah.
He was saying like some people don't even turn the barbecues on; they just put it in the sun, put the shit on, cooks it up.
Yeah, I guess it would.
So hot.
Jeez.
Yeah, we've been hot here.
But yeah, he went for a swim.
He went for a swim. Yeah, he went for a swim in a LA Parka mask, which then his dog was like chilling with him. We had 5 dogs, I think, in total. Then you put on our La Parka mask, and then we hotboxing lucha masks. We had a blast, and it was all these patrons who were invited to just come hang out, and we always have fun talking to you guys from all over the world, and it's been awesome. You guys know who you are, and the people want more. The people want more of these tailgates. So we'll have to do some more quarterly and such. But yeah, so thank you guys. We appreciate you. But now we can talk about NXT. I promise. We'll talk about some NXT from Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. And yes, we're hot off TakeOver 36. We have a new champ, Samoa Joe. We have a new champ, Ilya Dragunov. We still have Raquel as champ. I'm trying to think of any newsworthy things else that came out of this. Karrion Kross has a new mask.
Karrion Kross has a new mask.
What is that?
I'm confused why people are getting so like. No one liked Karrion Kross in NXT. Like that was our feedback every week. Fuck Karrion Kross, all this, and now everyone's like, oh no, Karrion Kross is wearing a mask and a gimp outfit. It's like who cares? Who cares about Karrion Kross?
I'll say, look, I don't care about Karrion Kross, but he deserves better than that.
Really? Does he?
Why is he wearing Lord Tensai's mask all of a sudden? He looks like he's from Ninja Turtles 3. It looked really weird. I didn't watch it. I just saw the picture.
That thing he was wearing on his chest is like in every creator wrestler like option.
What was he wearing on his chest?
Did you not see?
I saw his mask.
He had the it was like this ring in
like
the middle with these leather straps. Yeah, very gimpy.
Okay. Yeah. Really weird. Okay. But I mean, like, yeah, he's going to Raw. He'll be some like horror samurai gimp killer guy. No Scarlet.
No, still no Scarlet.
She could come in with like the leash. He could be on the leash. And
I think maybe Scarlet and Xia are hanging out somewhere.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah. Where's Xia? Did we already talk about?
Yeah.
So we start off NXT with Cameron Grimes, who comes out with Ted DiBiase for the $1 million championship celebration. And we get some $1 million promo here. Wow. Everyone keeps saying NXT's dead, but I didn't see Pyro at SummerSlam.
No, Pyro.
We had Pyro here, though.
Oh, yeah.
The CWC. Fuck y'all. So, $1 Million Man, the champion, Cameron Grimes, looking fresh in his blinged out gear. And Ted says that everyone knows why you're here, Cameron. You're a champion. You're not a quitter. Grimes says, yeah, no more scrubbing toilets, no more cleaning other people's messes. I don't want to be a butler. And DiBiase says, I couldn't let you be. So now you're champion. And where do we go now? To the moon. So they start shooting money out everywhere, and it's Cameron Grimes dollar bills. Wow.
Hey, good day for GameStop.
Yeah, I guess that's why he could afford to do this.
Yeah, he could. Like, I'm finally in profit.
Wow, finally.
Yeah, finally. First time in my life, I'm in profit.
So you're going to the moon?
I'm going to the moon.
Fuck.
Going to Chicago. Yeah. Actually, I really need it to hit a bit more to actually afford one of these fucking tickets.
All out tickets? Yeah, ouch. Talk to Scrump. He was front. He was front row. He's always front row. Yeah. So they just celebrate here, and there's money shooting out everywhere. It looked like Okada bucks, but it's Cameron bucks. To the moon bucks, I guess you would say. Beth and
Moonies?
Vic.
I don't know.
That would be the coins,
Yeah.
So Beth and Vic are just celebrating with the money here. And Barrett's like, oh, is this... And he tries to grab some and realizes it's not real. And he's like upset.
No.
It's Cameron Grimes' face on it. And Beth says, oh, you're just upset you can't buy yourself a new gavel. Which is a throwback. Bad news. So that was it. No one interfered in this thing. They're kind of putting the $1 million thing to rest, as we'll see kind of later. But, yeah. No.
I think Grimes is just in such a great position right now. This story's worked really well, and I think he's just very over as a babyface and will go to the moon.
Yeah. We go to Ridge Holland. He's coming down to the ring with his smoke and his jacket.
His truncheon.
Yeah, he's always looking like a mean Brit. As they go to commercial. But when we come back, it shows Hit Row showing up for their main event match tonight against LDF. But it's now Thatcher versus Holland. Ciampa sitting ringside on a chair, of course, because he can't wait to throw it. You know it. Imagine just you set up a room full of chairs sitting up.
Like Sean Spears.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Imagine Sean Spears when he had all those chairs in his chair room because he's the chairman. And in comes Ciampa, and he's just like, oh.
He's going to throw the chairs around.
Starts throwing these chairs.
Instead of going into flash dance like Sammy Guevara.
Just loses his mind and starts throwing these chairs. That would be great. That's a visual we'll never see, and you could just picture it, because this podcast is theater of the mind. Just picture it, walking in there. Yeah, it'd be great. Well, it's Thatcher versus Holland, and these guys are killing each other from the get-go. There's European uppercuts from both guys. There's then these like roll-through leg traps from Thatcher as he tries to mount Holland and just hitting him with strikes on top of him. Ridge finally gets up and starts throwing Thatcher around upside down. There's like the power of the clubs and elbows. But this pisses Thatcher off, who starts slapping Holland like the open hand strikes, and then hits Holland with a belly-to-belly. And this guy's a pretty big boy. There's then uppercuts to the back of the neck from Ridge as they go to break. When we come back, it's Ridge who's in control. Thatcher tries to fight him, but there's these headbutts. I don't know what it is with Holland, but he just loves headbutting people. And he headbutts Thatcher till he just can't move. Picks him up with the snow plow, or the Emerald Fusion snow plow, whatever you want to call it. I don't think they quite have... Flosion? I don't think they have a name for it, though.
Not yet. It doesn't seem.
But Holland pins Thatcher. Just like that. And there is a bit of a scrap afterwards where all four, it's Thatcher, Ciampa, Holland, and Pete are in there. And there's like throat chops.
And Danny.
And Danny. Danny shows up now, returning here. The big return. Danny Burch. And then Pete stops, like Ridge fucks Ciampa up.
Yeah, he uses the truncheon and like whacks him in the gut and then like thrust to the throat, which looked pretty painful.
So Ciampa looks messed up, and Ridge looks like he's gonna do more damage, but it's actually Pete who's like, chill, bro, chill, mate, it's okay. So they kind of back off while they celebrate. While Thatcher and Ciampa lay lying, I guess. But overall, the match was pretty hard hitting. Ridge Holland is definitely like a bigger guy, but kind of so is Thatcher, I would say. And there was a lot of like strikes and technical stuff.
Yeah, I was quite looking forward to this one. I like this style of wrestling, this just heavy hitting. This is the kind of big lads wrestling I like. I think Ridge Holland, we still haven't seen a lot of yet, but he just seems dangerous. Even down to, you mentioned the headbutts. It takes a certain kind of person to headbutt someone, I think, in real life.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a nutter, you know, if you're headbutting someone. It makes him scary. I think this dude does seem kind of scary.
Right.
And believable to me. Like, I feel like I would see people like this back home. You know?
Who do I?
And I'm like, oh fuck, it's this guy.
Who's the actor I always compare him to?
Vinnie Jones.
Is it Vinnie Jones, man? Like Vinnie Jones is just someone who looks like he would headbutt people all the time. Like that's something dirty about it.
I think I enjoyed this match with Thatcher. I think the one with Ciampa is going to be really good too. But yeah, pretty good opening here.
Yeah. Ciampa versus Holland sounds pretty good, definitely, and it'll be hard hitting.
And it's just nicing some focus in a semi kind of main event level with someone new.
Yeah, definitely. And Ridge can, the headbutts are good. Yeah, it's they're not quite Shibata, but they look really still.
I don't want them to be.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, they look good. So more on that later because it's not the last we'll see of them. Jamie in the Twitch chat says that he loves the English Boys group. And I guess that's what we call, because Oni's not British, but he's like an honorary
Brit.
It's like when I hung around you for the Euros, just an honorary Brit. Just pretend. People were like, "Oh, are you British?" Yeah.
Oni and the Brits.
Oni and the Brits. Yeah.
Oni and the Brits. Do.
They were called the Pat Pack.
The Pat Pack, yeah, but Pat's gone.
For the
Pat's
brand.
gone to SmackDown. Yeah,
Pat made main roster before all of them. What is their name? Oni and the Brits.
Oni and the Brits.
Four Brits.
Pete, Danny, Ridge. And
4 Brits and a Yank.
Yeah. 3. No?
3 wanks and a Yank.
3 wanks and a Yank. That sounds like something that Jenna Jameson publishes.
We go to Carmelo Hayes. It's a sit-down interview for his match later tonight in the Breakout Tournament final. And he says he's tired of everyone saying he's an underdog. He appreciates it, but he's not an underdog. He's the overdog. He's going to overachieve. And he says Odyssey Jones is big, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to take him out. And then we'll see what's next for Carmelo. So he's already looking, he's like, yo, I'm going bigger things here.
Yeah. He's saying down the road, I see myself with a championship belt. But doing the babyface thing, kind of really highlighting how good Odyssey Jones is as well. He says he's everything you'd want from someone my size. And this guy's 400 plus pounds.
Yeah.
So putting over Odyssey as well. But I like this guy. I think he sounds good. He sounds genuine. He hasn't got that WWE talk style yet.
Not yet. We go to Index, meaning Indy Hartwell and Dexter, recently engaged.
Yeah.
Not sure if you know that. But Indy says that they've already been enjoying wonderful things, including lots of dates, including biking, hiking, I think she says water balloons. They just listing everything couples do. And they say, we're engaged. So they're asked, well, when's the wedding? And Dexter reveals a drawing, but it's a save the date. And are you guys ready to save the date? Because Tuesday, September 14th, 2021 will be the wedding.
I'm actually busy that week.
Oh.
Yeah. I do a podcast that night. I won't be able to go.
Oh, so we're not invited.
I guess not.
Oh wait, no, we are all
What?
cordially invited to the wedding of Index live on NXT.
Yeah, they managed to book a slot pretty quick. I'm excited for this. I'm enjoying this Index thing.
Yeah.
I think it's been funny. Weddings are always interesting.
You think they need a host?
A host?
I mean, we know we're really good hosts at weddings because we just hosted
True.
one like 2 weeks ago.
And Way's got the GoPro
Yeah,
recording of it.
I could DJ again.
Should we send our... Like, this is how good we are at hosting.
This is how good we are.
It's a show reel to host Index's wedding.
Yeah, we can show them the bit where we did talk about Tinder.
Yeah.
At a wedding. They would hire us. We should be invited to. We support it, Index.
Fire Frank suggesting Bivens
To host the wedding?
the wedding.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, who else? Beth
needs
officiate
to be...
it.
Beth needs to...
The maid of honor.
Be the maid of honor, or...
Candace needs to be.
Or even take the role of the kind of dad and walk Indy. Indy down the aisle.
Yeah, that should be Johnny.
Oh, that will be Johnny, won't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for this wedding.
Yeah, someone's
Will
got...
Theory come back? Is Theory the one to break
Theory
up the wedding?
interjects? Theory does the Eric Bischoff spot.
Yeah, I think we said this last week.
Yeah. But now we know. Now we know there's a wedding.
Just excited.
Yeah, we love
Only
weddings.
a few weeks away.
Wedding season, baby.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Who's gonna crash it though? Someone's gotta crash.
Austin.
Oh yeah.
Already said. We said last week as well. He'll be in the Eric Bischoff spot.
Did we say that? Hey, did you know NXT's on TikTok?
Is it?
And that means it's Kacy and Kayden, the TikTok superstars.
Who are the most annoying people we can find to promote this annoying thing?
You saying TikTok's annoying?
I mean, I just see videos like this, and I'm like, huh, all right. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, Kacy and Kayden, the TikTok superstars.
The TikTok tag team.
That's what they call that. Yeah, that's literally that's literally what they said. Karrion Kross's tag team, the TikTok tag team. Kacy and Kayden are going up against Gigi Dolan and Jacy Jayne.
Oh, I did just want to... I forgot to mention with the Index thing. I love how...
Oh, we forgot totally.
What?
When they announced the wedding and everyone's like, oh, the wedding. Index make out.
Yeah.
But like...
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I like... Indy does the dip. So, you know, like where the man would like hold them like under the back and dip them, and then they do the kiss, the classic. Right. Indy just did the dip for him, so he was still just stood there, and she like back bent to do the dip before smooching, and they're laying these kisses in now.
They smooching.
Yeah.
Damn. Smooches. Look,
nothing's fake in wrestling.
Love some good PDA. TV. Yeah. We go to Kacy and Kayden. What are they called? The TikTok tag team.
TikTok tag team.
Going against the Marilyn Manson Tainted Love theme song.
Yeah.
The ripoff. It's
Jacy
great.
Jayne and Darby Allin.
Jacy Jayne and Gigi Dolan. They start to go off on Kacy and Kayden, but they get control and then do this like double rope jump, this like psych out thing. And then they start doing some booty shaking. I guess that's the best way to describe it.
These two are heels, right?
Kacy and
Kacy Catanzaro and Kayden Carter.
Kacy Catanzaro and Kayden Carter. They do some pop lock and whatever, and Wade Barrett says that is low class. So Gigi saw them do that, so does a Bronco Buster, and then Jayne hits a cannonball almost in stereo here. There's then Carter who saves Kacy to get some clothesline. She comes in and beats both of them up at the same time. There's a drop kick splash 2-for-1 combo, series of pump kicks. There's a pump kick that takes Carter's face off, I think, from Jayne, but then they send Gigi to the outside and hit the 450 neck breaker combo on Jacy to get the win. So Kacy and Kayden, Kacy
and Kayden.
Yeah. Win the match here. And the new team of Gigi and Jacy aren't too happy with they were promoting themselves in this new direction past few weeks. So now they lost. What's the future hold for them?
I think after the match, Kacy and Kayden get on the announce table and kind of just yell they're going, "Where are you, Io and Zoe?" Saying they haven't defended the titles or anything like that. That's kind of what they put in their TikTok too. I think this is the right move. It feels like they are turning them into heels, because I think I can't see anyone finding these two likable, and I think that's the right move. I say every week, they annoy me. That's what I want. Like, if you're a heel, get under my skin, annoy me. And calling out Io and Zoe, who we know are the babyface champs, I actually do enjoy their matches. I think Kayden Carter especially is quite impressive. She's come on a lot, and I think some of their tag team moves are pretty cool and pretty unique to the division. So I actually think the match is going to be pretty good against Io and Zoe. Jayne and Dolan looked good. They're obviously going through this sort of losing thing at the moment because it comes into play later, but I didn't mind this.
No, I see big things kind of for maybe both Gigi and Jacy. I like Gigi. I like Priscilla Kelly before. I think her wrestling is being underutilized, and Jacy is someone I'm not familiar with, but I was like, hey, you look good. Like, they had some moves and stuff, and interesting if this is, but I'm just like, they lost, but I guess give Kacy and Kayden that title run or push it, or at least attempt to challenge for it or something. But yeah,
I could see them taking it. I don't know how long we will stick with Io in a tag team before we want to start having a challenge again.
We see a video for Odyssey Jones for his match against Carmelo later, and he says he never gives up. He's been through a lot. They bring up his football past, and he says it's all he does. He's focused. All he cares about is winning. He can't even look forward. He just wants to know. He just wants to know that he can do this, and he's going to do it tonight. He's going to break out. This is Odyssey Jones. Kind of a quick thing. These ones were.
I like it though. Yeah. I like hyping up the match. Having these sit-down interviews, just getting it feels sports-like, and that's what I kind of like about it.
Yeah.
This whole tournament, I feel, has felt a bit more sports-like than sports entertainment, with the interviews and kind of the character breakdowns before a match.
Yeah. It's something good. AEW does a lot of stuff like that too. We go to our next match. Valentine Feroz. Mm-hmm. With this vibrant
feathers.
Wow.
Loved it.
This is a loud outfit here. How would you describe this?
Yeah, she had this kind of ring jacket on with these huge blue and white feathers, but it felt like kind of carnival-esque.
Okay.
Right, it wasn't like Charlotte Flair, peacock, big feathers. It was more like Caravana.
Yeah.
Blue and white.
Yeah, it looked cool. We've seen her before.
And there was a headpiece as well with feathers as well.
She had a lot of feathers, blue
and white.
A lot
of feathers.
Well, she's going up against Kaylee Ray, KLR, from NXT UK. She showed up at TakeOver to kind of stare down with Raquel. She beats on Valentine here early with this like aggressive gourd buster, and then these clubs and strikes. Valentine tries to come back, but Kaylee just shuts her down. Eventually hits the gory bomb, or as I was saying to you, the Noshigami, Shingo Takagi, one of the coolest moves, and puts her away just like that. So Kaylee Ray kind of standing tall. She has her eyes on the women's title here.
Yeah, I thought. I think it's good having Kaylee Ray over here. They and just give her a strong win right off the bat, so we kind of know who she is. I think for Valentina Feroz, I think wearing something like this is kind of a good move because it will make you remember her. She's someone who's probably just going to appear every few weeks to get squashed by someone like a Kaylee Ray. So yeah, have something memorable. Have big feathers. We still talk about Nikos Ricos to this day, you know?
It's so funny. I was just about to bring that up. It even had the same colors.
Yeah.
White and blue.
But it's peacocking, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, we'll remember this girl. Because you go, who's that? It's the Feather Girl. Oh, yeah, the Feather Girl.
That's right. This is true. Are you going to peacock when you go to All Out?
I think I'm going to wear my I Love Maven t-shirt.
It's true. Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
We go to... Well, sorry. So Kaylee Ray wins the match, but I think we'll get the Raquel match, considering what Raquel says later on.
I think we've skipped over that.
No, it happens a little bit later on. Raquel
and Frankie.
Raquel and Frankie? I swear that happens a bit later on.
Oh, I had it just before this match.
Am I insane?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I may have skipped it, but it did happen. Oh, yeah, it totally did happen.
Yeah.
My mistake. Raquel is interviewed, so I guess I'll mention it now. She says Dakota Kai was a tough competitor, and she knows that. And she knows that it's not over with Dakota. But Kaylee Ray wants to show up here? Well, I've been waiting. You made the trip across the pond. So I know you had this crazy run of 600-plus days as UK Women's Champ. So get in line, cut the line, it doesn't matter. You'll all fall to Raquel. And that's when Frankie Monet shows up and says, oh, someone say cutting the line? She's with Jesse Kamea as well. And
Robert Stone looking ridiculous.
Of course, yeah. Was he dressed up as a different...
He had something orange on. I couldn't tell.
Bless him. And Frankie's kind of poking her nose around into Raquel's business here. So there's a few different avenues you could go. Don't know if I want to see Raquel fight Frankie, really, but...
I think for a TV thing you could. I think Kaylee Ray's the bigger match. I think they've done a pretty good job in a short space of time. Just having the champion be like, she had this epic reign. They kept on putting over her epic reign on this show. So that's something I wouldn't mind seeing and feels very fresh. Because you're looking around the division and you feel either people aren't ready or we've seen the match already. So I think it's a good direction to go. And Frankie, I imagine it would just be a TV thing. You can have Robert Stone fuck things up for her again and she loses.
Right. I think you could do Kaylee Ray as a big TV match too with Raquel. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the next takeover, if there is one, won't be till what, November?
If there is one, why? What do you mean? Why?
Oh, they're changing.
What's changing? Is NXT dead?
Evolving.
Everything evolves.
Everything evolves.
Yeah, everything evolves when you put it in the ground and you bury it. No. Gigi and Jacy are backstage, and they don't look too happy because they lost their match. But Mandy Rose shows up, and she says, if you never want to feel like this again, come with me. So they look at each other, and they go, all right. So they walk through the PC, and they disappear. Where do you think they went? Come with me. What is she going to do?
She's going to take him to Otis?
What is she going to do to come with me?
I think Mandy Rose is just going to make them phenomenal. I think that's
me too. This is already my favorite team. And I miss the, what were they called?
The Sexy Muscle Friends?
Yeah, I really miss the Sexy Muscle Friends. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
Definitely were the only reason I watched main roster. So, no, I already said I'm interested in Gigi and Jacy because I do think this team should work. I think both of them look pretty good. And now I guess Mandy is a manager. If this is the storyline they're going with, then cool. Definitely future women's tag champs here for sure. But interested to see where that goes. But it's time for the new champion. The champ is here. Samoa Joe, the first ever 3-time NXT champ. He comes down to the ring. He says at TakeOver, I stood face to face with the killer Karrion Kross, and I stand before you, the first time 3-time champ. And when I arrived here, there was tension. But it was different today. It was more palpable. The handshakes were colder. The stares were bolder. Well, stop staring and someone actually step up. So then he calls someone out. He's like, everyone was treating me different today. You want to say something? He's basically like, state your case.
Yeah,
bring it down to the king's court here. And, well, we assume it would this guy had some beef. And that's Pete Dunne, who comes down. And we already knew what he was going to say.
You ain't the baddest man.
We were literally doing this to each other. Like, is he going to say
I am so bad.
I'm the baddest man.
Bad.
I'm bad.
You're not bad.
He knows it. Because he's bad.
Break your fingers.
No, he says that later.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne says, you ain't the baddest. So do me a favor, Joe. Head to the back, fetch your mate Regal, and tell him to make the match. And Joe's like, oh, like, you got some balls. And Pete says, don't make me provoke you. Damn. But out comes L.A. Knight. He says, it's nighttime, which I giggled at. He says, you took too long with Karrion Kross, Joe. If it was me, I'd beat him in 43 seconds. Wasn't that how long it took Becky to beat Bianca Belair?
Oh, it was less than that.
He says you took too long. You're gassed. You're over the hill. It's done. It's over. And as he's walking down, Pete just looks at him and goes, you take one more step and I'll
break your fingers.
And this kind of spooks LA Knight a little bit. He kind of retraces his back steps as Kyle O'Reilly's music hits, and he comes out looking a little injured. He's kind of selling some
that midsection,
that injured midsection. He calls Pete Dunne Peter Dune. He calls LA Knight La Knight and says, La Knight, you wouldn't win a title.
Didn't he call Samoa Joe Joseph?
Samoa Joseph. At least he didn't call him Samoa. Is that Paige?
Yeah.
We still can't find that clip.
Someone please find this clip of when it's on SmackDown, Paige's general manager, and she calls Samoa Joe Samoa.
Listen
I
here,
can't remember
Samoa.
the context, but it's something like, now look here, Samoa.
We can't find this clip.
And I don't know if it's just something I've like made up in my head, but
Mandela
I'm sure
effect.
it happened. Yeah, it could be.
Listen here, Samoa.
So
Samoa.
someone go back, watch of all of Paige's run as general manager, and any segment cross-reference that with Samoa Joe segments on SmackDown, please.
It's
I
crazy.
need to see it.
We got Cool Kyle, La Knight, Samoa Joseph, Peter Dune, Ridge Holland.
Ridge Holland.
I mean, what? Kyle O'Reilly making fun of them.
J. Jenna Jameson.
He says, LA Knight, you wouldn't win a world title. You'd only win a Stone Cold vest wearing competition.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because LA Knight's wearing
Wearing
this
this-
leather vest with LA Knight written all over it and his kind of like skull on the
yeah.
back.
And Joe says, sick burn, Kyle. And Kyle says, thanks, Joe. Thank you. Thank you, Samoa Joseph.
This made me laugh because it was so bad.
Sick burn, bro.
Yeah.
Sick burn. This is burn.
And Joe was saying it like that was shit. But Kyle took it like thanks.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
sick.
It totally was.
Very, very funny. I don't know if it was meant to be. But
I don't know if it was that.
I don't know if Joe just improv there. Or he's like, sick burn.
Yeah, the joke was really bad.
Sick burn, Kyle.
I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
And then Joe said that. I was like, okay. Yeah. Sick burn, bro. Wow, sick burn. It reminds me of This Is the End. Seth, no, who is it? Fuck, Jonah? Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, sick references, bro. Yo, everyone knows your references are out of control, bro. Yo, sick burn, bro. Oh, you got him, bro. Sick burn. So Kyle's about to continue making jokes, and someone does what we all wanted to do, and that's Ridge Holland attacks him to shut him up and sends him through, like headbutts him again, like attacks the midsection and then headbutts him. I'm joking. I love Kyle O'Reilly, but it made sense here where Ridge just destroys him. It's almost like Pete constructed this idea we mentioned earlier where he's like, yo, Ridge, hold on. We got bigger fish to fry tonight. And this is why. So it causes chaos here as everyone's fighting everyone. There's Ridge Holland beating up Kyle O'Reilly. Ciampa runs in the ring and attacks Pete Dunne. Joe is just like, what's going on here? And it's just chaotic.
Ridge headbutts Ciampa again, taking him out. So they've put that tonight. He's headbutted him twice. Joe pretty much clears the ring as well and stands tall.
Yeah. So Joe's standing tall, but he's clearly got a lot of challengers.
I liked how this was just a kind of snapshot of this is our new main event crop. These are the people we're focusing on. And it does feel... It feels fresh, I think. Having done being a challenger, having Joe obviously as your champion, someone very new as a Ridge Holland. I kind of liked seeing the mix here. This is what we've got to look forward to the next few weeks.
It's missing someone. Walter.
He needs to chill for a bit. He just lost.
Yeah.
But yeah, down the line, I don't like it when someone loses a title and then right away they're going for the next one.
Sure.
Like you'll lose the North American Championship and then challenge for the world. It's like, well, come on.
Yeah.
So I think Walter needs to chill for a few weeks and then it'll be a big deal.
Joe holds the title till like Survivor Series till there's a takeover. Dream match against Walter for the title. Walter takes the title.
Sure.
Kyle versus Walter at Mania Takeover.
Very nice.
I just booked it all. There
Very
you go.
nice.
Wrapped it up in a Noshigami.
Yeah.
Is that what you... the gift?
It is.
So Joe stands tall, but yeah, any of these matches sound good.
LA Knight has like great reactions from this crowd whenever he comes out. You can't hear him at times because they're booing so loud. And
Good for him.
I feel after the last match, I worry that they'll just make him a bit of a joke because that's how he kind of seemed tonight. He was he came out, we're talking about losing a match and then coming right back. he came out, acknowledged, yeah, I don't have the title, but I'm still the $1 million champion or whatever. But he was the butt of the joke here. He was the one they all were like, fuck off LA Knight, and beating him up. And then with the segment later, I could see them going in that direction with him a bit.
Yeah, definitely not in the title picture for me here. No. But you got Pete Dunne in the ring with Samoa Joe. You got Ciampa in the ring with Samoa Joe. Those are two big matches. Those are takeover-worthy matches, I'd say. Pete Dunne, definitely. Pete Dunne could be the sleeper guy to honestly take the title from Joe. Yeah. Because he's had the UK title.
I could totally see them doing that, but I would like just to have a bit of a run with Joe. Yeah. Just ticking off a few kind of dream matches.
Do them on TV then. Let's go. But there's so many different ones. Ciampa Joe would be pretty vicious. I feel like Joe, obviously, he's a lot older. But he didn't look as like Joe, obviously, in his last match with Cross. But I also thought he looked still better than Cross, I think.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back and rewatch because I've seen quite a few negative things about Joe there. And nothing really struck me. Sure, he's a little slower, but he's older and hasn't wrestled since February last year. I still thought he looked pretty good. Yeah. And I'd be interested against a more capable performer, like a Dunne, like a Gargano even, or something.
Gargano,
I'd be interested
Joe.
in seeing what they could do with him.
We see Cameron Grimes backstage with Ted DiBiase. They're having a laugh as they're leaving the CWC to get in their limo. And Grimes says, "Ted, what a journey it was, but it has to come to an end, like all good things." And Ted says, "As much fun as I had," Grimes says, "this is your legacy." So he says, "This belongs to you." And he hands over the $1 million championship to Ted DiBiase as he's getting in his limo. And he says, "No, I can't, Grimes. It's yours now." But he says, "Hold on." And he reaches in the car and he hands the title back to Grimes. He says, "No, you're the champion. You keep it." And Grimes says, "Oh, Ted, like, how? Wait a second. This title's the replica $1 million title." As the limo starts to drive off and you hear Ted, "That damn Ted DiBiase," Grimes says, and there's more of a smile on his face, as it's like, come full circle.
It was
as Ted rides off into the sunset and hopefully doesn't take another bump.
I've really enjoyed this story, and I think this was a nice little bow at the end of it. It was cute. You know?
Yeah.
It felt like in a movie. You've had the story. You've had the Grimes being the dickhead at the beginning, and then he becomes the hero by the end and conquers the villain in LA Knight. This is the post-credit scene, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's over. Like, it's over. It's a little epilogue. I think it's a good idea. Retire this title. I think it worked for the story, but we don't necessarily need this other title, and it's always going to be looked at like the FTW one, where you go, it's not a real title. So I think this is a good idea. I don't think Grimes needs it at all. And I'm interested to see what direction they go with him next. Because I think he's on a really good trajectory right now.
Yeah, where would we go? He should have came out with Samoa Joe.
Like, would he...
Should have done this earlier and then him come out too in the Samoa Joe thing.
Well, maybe he'll be in the North American scene.
Him versus like, Swerve, Santos.
They'll kind of wrap up this Swerve Santos thing, and he could be challenging for one of them.
Yeah, there's definitely potential to put him in any slot, really.
Could he answer Roddy's challenge next week?
Yeah, that's true. Cruiserweight title picture maybe slide in there. I don't know. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, is he a cruiserweight?
I mean, they don't have many over there anymore. I think they got rid of 205 Live.
He's 220, so he's quite a bit over.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe main roster.
I hope not. Not
it's
yet.
Too bad.
I feel there are bigger things for him in NXT.
Yeah, I feel like
that we can enjoy before he goes into purgatory.
This storyline would have been bigger on the main roster because they started it with the whole GameStop thing, and that would have caught fire. And
the main roster wouldn't have had the attention to like this. Feels like it's been 6 months?
6 months?
No, how long's it been? Like since the first Ted DiBiase vignette.
Since Cameron Grimes winning money is really.
So when was that?
A long time ago.
Yeah, and they've done a good job with this story and having it keep interest for all that time.
Yeah, Chris Leone in the chat says he should form a tag team with Broke Baron Corbin.
Well, yeah, that's what I suggested on
Takeover.
On Takeover, yeah. Corbin coming for the $1 million championship.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll see. I don't want to see him in a tag team, Grimes.
No,
I want to see him.
No, I think singles stuff would be good.
Go to NXT UK.
Yeah, right. Challenge Ilya. Yeah.
We go to Kyle O'Reilly backstage. He's had a rough night. He's now even more beat up from these headbutts and his match from Sunday. And he's being interviewed, but he's interrupted right away as Duke Hudson comes in. He says, "Oh, Kyle, looks like you're having such a bad night, eh?" And Kyle just slaps him, which causes Duke to freak out and start slamming his head against these lockers in the PC. And he walks off, but Kyle's not down and comes out. It's a brawl, and they get pulled apart, which then shortly after announced Kyle's going to face Duke next week because of this.
I thought this was a really good pull apart. They were hitting the shit out of each other here.
Duke looked like he was killing him.
Yeah, which is great. That's what I want. I think it made Duke look a big deal pretty quickly. He's impressed me with his promo work so far. Yeah. And I thought he looked good here. So quite quickly made me interested in a match I didn't really know I wanted to see.
Yeah. Well, we go to the finale, the finals of the Breakout Tournament. William Regal is sitting ringside with a contract in hand, which means the winner of this gets to go for any title they want. And it's Carmelo Hayes versus Odyssey Jones. And I like Odyssey Jones' theme. Actually, I like both of these guys' theme song, but Sound the Alarm is definitely hype. We get Jones, who's a lot bigger than Hayes, throwing him around here. There's like an X-plex suplex throw kind of thing. Hayes comes back with an enziguri and a springboard, like almost like a clothesline, but he gets just sent flying with this wall-like shoulder block. Like Jones just checks him and he goes spinning. They come back from break and it's still Odyssey throwing Carmelo around the ring all over the place. There's Hayes with a guillotine hold for a while that gets countered and he's thrown in the air. There's then a pump kick and another one to the face. There's then a satellite into a face crusher and then a scissor kick for a 2 count. He runs at Jones and he gets hit with this tilt-a-whirl shoulder breaker thing.
Yeah, this looked nuts.
Yeah.
Like a shoulder breaker doesn't normally look like a devastating move to me, but this looked crazy.
Yeah, this looked pretty nuts, and somehow Hayes kicks out of it.
Carmelo was selling it great as well.
Yeah, it looked really painful. Somehow he gets Jones knocked down and he goes off the top for his scissor kick, but he can't pin him. He was too late to get the pin. There's some blood in between his eyes on Hayes' face here. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, and Jones' mouth was busted as well.
Probably from that pump kick earlier. It looked painful. He goes up top for the scissor kick again, his finish, but he misses it. He's laying down. He lands on his butt almost, on his tailbone as he's selling it. Jones goes off the ropes and jumps and hits a standing splash. It's a 1-2. It's a kick out, but Hayes converts it into a crucifix pin. And Carmelo Hayes pins Odyssey Jones to win the Breakout Tournament. Carmelo Hayes broke out.
He broke out. Pretty fun match. Odyssey Jones is really impressive for a guy his size. He's huge, and I thought he was doing some pretty cool stuff here. Carmelo Hayes is impressed in every match. He had a couple of things before the tournament, didn't he? When he was showing up, and
Adam Cole.
That's right.
Kushida, I think.
Yeah, he's looked really good. I thought this is a good competitive match, and I quite liked the finish. If you're having this smaller guy win, something like just kind of trapping him worked for me.
Yeah, I did like the finish a lot. I actually wanted this guy to win. I think he's got the wrestling down. He's got the character down. He sounded good in that opening video thing too.
And realistically, he's probably not going to win whatever title he's going for.
Right.
Him being a bit smaller, an underdog, it doesn't
He's
matter
the
as
overdog,
much.
bro.
He's the overdog, but yeah, going up against any of the champions,
Samoa
he's
Joe.
going to be the underdog. Yeah. He's not going to stand I don't think he's going to win a title here. But what I'm getting at is you have Odyssey Jones win. You can't really have a monster lose right away. Sure. I know he's lost here in the final, but you kind of want to give a big guy a bit of a little streak going on.
For sure.
So I think this is right.
Yeah. So William Regal hands him the contract. He's being interviewed, and he says it's too early to pick a title, but he says Jones was tough, but When Carmelo Hayes shoots, I don't miss. So he's not going to tell us what his plans are just yet. But
what title do you think he'll go for?
North American. He already he challenged Kushida for the Cruiser, so he could have potentially go for that. But a match against Swerve would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A match against Swerve, or thinking outside the box, a match against Ilya.
Imagine he just swerves. He's like, yo, I don't know anything about the UK. I've never been there. I listen to some Skepta and Stormzy sometimes.
Mako Satomura, I want your
title.
Whoa!
I fucking wish they would do shit like that. No, we talked about how we wanted Miko.
The contract said any title.
Miko versus Sasha needed to happen, which doesn't look like we're getting. But Miko...
I think Sasha versus Bianca needed to happen, but we can't have everything, can we?
Wow, yeah. Yeah.
Where's Sasha? Is she with Xia Li and Scarlett? What's going on?
Yeah, where was...
An Austin Theory.
Yeah, exactly. Carmelo Hayes wins, and yeah, we'll see him. We'll see him get his title shot down the line. But I think the future's right. Ruthless aggression is what he said. Remember when he fought Adam Cole?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see big things. He put in the work. We go to the 3 Brits and an Oni standing, looking mean.
Oni and the Brits.
Oni and the Brits. That's right. Man, that doesn't serve them. No, we can do better than Oni and the Brits. Is there like they feel like a band like the Beatles, but with like.
Well, that's why I'm doing Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jets, yeah, I guess. Oni.
It's just because Oni's not really the leader, is he?
Oni's the Yoko Oni. Yoko
Oni. So who's who? Who would each one be?
Oni's Ringo.
Oni's Ringo.
Pete's.
I thought he was Yoko.
Sorry, yeah.
Pete is Paul.
Pete's Paul. Yeah, Pete's Paul.
And then
Ridge is.
None of them are John.
Yeah. This isn't a good analogy.
This
isn't a good analogy.
No, it's not working.
On that note, R.I.P. to Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts today, because I love those guys. R.I.P. Yeah, we haven't quite figured at upNXT podcast. What's the name of this group? Because we couldn't name them before. The Pat Pack, all that shit, whatever it is, whatever you got, we'll name them that.
I'll do a little tweet out, see what people think.
Well, you need a picture of all 4 of them when they're talking here.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah. I'll say what they say.
Stop shouting at me.
Stop it. Pete says, Joe, every time I'm face to face with you, I can see it in your eye. You're scared. You know how this ends. The Bruiserweight will be champion. Danny Burch steps in and says, 5 months I've been out, but I'm back. Whoa.
Sorry.
Danny and Oni say we didn't lose the titles, the tag titles, so we are the rightful champions. So they're calling out MSK.
Yeah.
Like, hey, MSK, we never lost, so...
Good. Yeah, I felt bad for... Well, we're covering NXT from 2013, and when the very first, the inaugural NXT Tag Team Champions, when one of them went down, I'm blanking on his name, Oliver Gray. When he went down, they didn't vacate the titles. Bo Dallas stepped in.
And then
when Pete Dunne was stuck in the UK at the beginning of the pandemic, Matt Riddle didn't vacate the titles. Timothy Thatcher stepped in.
That's right.
However, poor Oni Lorcan, Danny Burch goes down, and they go, sorry, we're taking the titles off you now. And they didn't even let him find a partner to compete in the tournament to win back his vacated title. So yeah, they absolutely should have a title shot here.
Yeah, that's true. Jamie in the chat suggests they should call themselves Top Boys. Like the show, Top Boy?
Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Top Boys. So they do have a gripe. And I would like to see Pete versus Joe. So yeah. You know who else I'd like to see face Joe? Samoa. Would be Boa.
Boa? Yeah.
Boa. Who had a little insert promo here, a video saying up next, it's Boa, and it's got subtitles. Another victim will fall as he moves out of the camera, and then Mei Ying comes in, and it's the vape, the smoke,
red
the dust.
vape today.
Yeah, red vape.
Red vape.
Ooh, it's probably like raspberry or something cherry.
Cherry, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't. If your vape looks like that, you should probably change it. The what do you even call those things?
Cartridges?
Yeah, that's right. Boa is going up in a match right now. No Xia Li. And he's up against Xyon Quinn?
I believe so.
This sounds like a fake name. Are you lying to me?
Xyon Quinn?
Sounds like some sort of Disney Channel space movie I'd watch when I was a kid. Like Xyon of Zion.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm not crazy.
No. Yeah, it sounds like when I used to be really into creative writing and writing fantasy stories, I'd call someone Xyon Quinn.
Xyon Quinn.
Someone just got shot outside, I think.
Xyon Quinn does look like he would murder me. He looks like he would murder both of us.
Yeah.
He's got like tattoos everywhere. He looks like he's part Samoan.
He's a rugby player or something?
Yeah, oh yeah, that fits the bill. Yeah, this guy looks like a UFC fighter. Like he looks like he was fighting Tom Hardy in that UFC movie. He's got the gloves even. Bo is kind of throwing him around, but is Mei Ying, who's still like up on the ramp, which they're now no-selling that she got out of her chair that time. Like, what the fuck? And
well, no, now she's got out of it once.
Yeah.
She got out with Kayden and Kacy.
Yeah, but not like
so
last
once
time.
she's broken it.
She didn't do it this time. But there's Boa who's looking concerned. He's like, no, I can win this. And she's kind of like, yo, come on, Boa. Like, wrap this up. Let's go.
She does not the Rusev
like
crush, but that kind of thing.
And he turns around and eats this, like, running double forearm thing. Mm-hmm. Well, Xyon beats Boa in an upset of the century here. Yeah, I'm thinking of Xenon.
Right.
Xenon, girl of the 21st century.
Okay.
Xyon, the guy of the 21st century, just beat Boa here in like really short fashion. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't think this worked at all.
Yeah.
You were mentioning this guy looks like an absolute killer. Like, he looks terrifying, this guy. So ripped, muscly, scary face. And they're giving him the, like, upset win. You know? Like, they're trying to position Boa being this killer here. I've seen him wrestle 1 singles match. 2, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's been on this really big streak. And then they're giving an upset win to a guy who looks like he'd eat him anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm getting at? Like, if this is someone like Marco Stunt upsetting Boa, it's like, oh my god. But no, it's a guy who, as you said, looks like a cage fighter. Looks like would absolutely destroy Boa anyway. It didn't really work. And I think Tian Sha definitely losing Xia Li, it seems. She's maybe going on to do something else. It's not really working anymore.
Yeah, the Boa thing, you pulled Xia Li out of this whole thing. So why? What's the deal? Like, what the fuck?
So is Boa going to go through more training?
Yeah,
because he lost this? Yeah,
we've been following this story for a while, and now you've just taken out the main component of it. So what are we doing?
Is Mei Ying healthy to wrestle yet? Or are we going to see that? Is this?
I don't know how healthy she is if she's vaping all the time.
Yeah, I know.
That. It's not good. Yo, that's metal in your lungs, bro. That's the commercial always tells me. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna like look at the positives and go, hey, this Xyon Quinn dude, he kind of looks like a creator wrestler, but he looks like he could be scary. He could throw people around. I just Googled Xyon, and not only did I get it confused with Disney's Xenon movie, but also Xyon is from Kingdom Hearts, which is Final Fantasy Disney crossover video game thing, which is pretty sweet. I know the guy's got a weird name, and he looks like kind of a basic fighting guy, but sure, let's go. Book it. Rugby players, wrestling, Ridge. It's working for Ridge.
Ridge.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe is he English too? He's Samoan.
Xyon.
I think he's Samoan, Aussie or something. Irish. Xyon Quinn.
Daniel Vido.
Okay.
His name is.
Formerly known as.
From Brisbane, Australia.
Wow. Damn. He's going to do some shoeies.
31 years old.
He looks like a monster. He'll kill people. We go to William Regal's office, and Johnny Gargano comes in there. And he says he's got a tiny favor to ask you, William Regal. Cancel the wedding. Cancel the Index wedding. William Regal says, what? No. Why? Why would I do that? It's going to be great. Gargano says, no, that's going to be bad TV. William Regal. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
William Regal says, "No, Johnny, it's going to be great TV. Have you gone cuckoo bananas?" And Johnny...
Sorry, cuckoo bananas.
Cuckoo bananas. And Johnny says, "What? No, that's my line. And first of all, no, it's cuckoo bananas."
No, it's cuckoo bananas.
Cuckoo bananas.
Cuckoo bananas.
Cuckoo bananas.
Banana.
Banana. And LA Knight comes in there, and he's going off everywhere, and he starts arguing. Now Johnny and him start arguing. Everyone's yelling at each other. Cats and dogs living together. And William Regal just kicks them both out of his office, and he shuts the door on them. He's like, God, can't stand these imbeciles, buffoons, he said.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
I do think both. I think him and Johnny have great chemistry here. LA Knight as well has good comedic timing, and I feel is quite good at freestyling, improvising. This felt like an improvised scene here, and it worked for me. Yes, I want to see Johnny Gargano wrestling in great matches, but he's very good at this stuff as well.
Yeah, you know what? There's a certain charm after watching this show for quite a while with Johnny and William Regal. I must say, they've definitely become like, they know what they're doing. You could probably send them out there and they'll do anything good together.
Yeah, the bananas thing got a genuine laugh from me.
Yeah.
As did it'll be bad TV.
Yeah. Cuckoo bananas?
I'm looking forward to this wedding. I am.
The wedding?
Are we dressing up? Shall we wear our suits
The
for the
same
wedding?
suits we wore? Yeah.
If it's a few degrees cooler than today, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's pretty hot to wear a full suit, but could do it. Yeah, why not?
We're
all black
I'll
for
put
Dexter.
flowers on the stream.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole thing.
Be a whole... Yeah.
We're doing a watch-along for the wedding?
A watch-along for the wedding?
Yeah.
We could.
Like a Zoom one? Have everyone in their suits?
Oh, yeah, that's asking a lot.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah.
If the people want it, the people will get it. We'll see what the people want.
All right. Deal.
All right.
It's a deal. Don't cancel the Index wedding.
I can see us in a couple of weeks going, why the fuck did we agree to do it?
Why are we wearing suits? Yeah. We go to the Diamond Mine facilities. Yeah, did you know that the Diamond Mine has a facility?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They do now.
And in their facility is just the corner of a gym somewhere with their Diamond Mine flag.
Someone there's going, Malcolm, it's called the Performance Center. No, Diamond Mine. Malcolm, take that down. It's my Diamond Mine. No, you're an employee here, and this is the Performance Center, Malcolm.
So Malcolm Bivens cutting a promo to the camera, and behind him we see Hachiman and then Roderick Strong kind of sparring and wrestling with these two guys. And
who are these? The Creed brothers?
The Creed brothers.
Creed,
like
when I'm not with you. That Creed?
I'm free. Yeah,
my
that Creed.
Sacrifice.
Superstars of Woodstock 1999.
Oh yeah.
Creed. Watch that documentary.
So Creed are part of
Creed are in NXT.
NXT in the Diamond Mine.
My Diamond Mine sacrifice.
So we got rid of Tyler Rust. Tyler Rust had to be sacrificed to get Creed back in the E.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got Creed, the Creed bros. I assume it's...
What were the videos they did?
Creed? Was
it called My Sacrifice? Or
My Sacrifice?
No,
is
the
one
ones
of
they
their
did
songs.
for WWE, like the Shawn Michaels video.
Oh yeah. Like, what did they call those things?
In like 2000, 2001. What was it called? Someone will tell us in the room.
Yeah, what were those called? Like tribute videos?
Five Frank, let us know. It's a question to defend your title. Let us know
right now.
Otherwise, I'm vacating it. Desire.
That's
was
what they call it. WWE
okay.
Desire.
That's
Yeah, that Beautiful Day.
Yeah.
U2.
Yeah.
Creed. Yeah, Creed were all in that. Well, I think Malcolm Bivens, Roderick Strong, and Hachiman are inviting the Creed brothers to the Diamond Mine with arms wide open. You could say. He says that Kushida, you didn't show up, but we push our limits here in the Diamond Mine. So Roddy's going to have another open challenge next week. And Kushida, well, we'll show you what our true champion is. So they're still not getting that match, but Roddy's going to fight someone next week.
Once Kushida's healthy, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you... I'm not sure if I take this as the Creed brothers are now like a permanent fixture, or we could see this be a kind of rotating door thing, because they're making it out like it's their gym, their Diamond Mine. So, but I think it could be a way to showcase some of these Performance Center talents, especially with if WWE's going to be NXT's going back to this developmental thing, you can have a Malcolm Bivens kind of chat up a little bit about these maybe quite green people we've got in the PC and talk them up for a little bit of a 3-minute TV match. You know, if we're going to go back to sort of the matches we've been watching on NXT 2013,
golden era,
having a Bivens sell these guys to you could be pretty good, I think. And the focus is mainly on Roddy. Like, Roddy's the figurehead of this group.
Yeah.
But the rest is, we've seen Tyler Russ already come and go. Maybe have it less of a stable and more of a project thing.
It's funny you say that, because you're like, okay, they're going to have this group where it rotates, because we never know who's going to get released in WWE. So you might as well, if someone gets released out, we'll just replace them. Yeah. It's like boy bands and girl bands in like Japan and South Korea and stuff. Like, oh, someone gone, we'll just replace them with someone else and no one will know. Is that what the Diamond Mine's going to do? Just sweep people?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think there'll be a faction. Yeah. Really. It's more like this training facility thing.
I don't know, man. I really miss Tyler Rust.
Yeah.
Pour one out.
Pour one out, Tyler Rust.
We go to our main event. 6-man tag. Gang rules. Gang warfare. Legado del Fantasma versus Hit Row. Hit Row. They come down. North American champ, Isaiah Swerve Scott. And Legado del Fantasma come out. And they look pretty fresh.
This is we weren't booked on TakeOver, but damn it, this is our match gear.
That's right.
They look fantastic.
Yeah, how would you describe... So Wild, it's...
Well, a lot of this story has been about kind of the cultures of both groups, right? You've had the kind of... so the hip-hop scene for Hit Row and the Taking the Grill, and you've got Legado del Fantasma with their kind of Mexican culture and luchador.
Yeah, they all hold their masks up and put them down. And
exactly. Yeah. And here they all come out in crazy-looking masks. Santos in like a poncho as well.
Looks sick, yeah.
All their gear matching, like this kind of beautiful orange color. Joaquin Wilde. This was like WrestleMania gear. His entrance jacket looked awesome.
It was like Ultimo Dragon's like cape thing. I don't know what the fuck it was.
These guys look great. Like, if you didn't watch the show, just go and check out a picture of these three here, because they look awesome.
They look like a great unit. Yeah.
And made something like that makes me feel, oh yeah, this is the main event. We're in for a big match here.
Yeah, we predicted that we would see Santos versus Swerve at this past weekend's TakeOver, but we didn't get that. So instead, they're kind of milking this and going further with it with the 6-man and probably leading to a singles match here. But this starts off as a brawl. This starts off with Legado throwing their gear at them and like fighting. And Joaquin's like, yo, my gear's not off yet. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, Raul and Santos jump, and he's like, oh, this is really expensive and complicated to take off.
They send Swerve and Ashanti outside, and they start to hold down Top Dollar as Santos is slapping him up, but he gets out of it, the power-up spot. Ashanti's now in. He hits a monkey flip on Wild, and then another one on Mendoza as he goes, hooty-hoo! Someone knows what that means. There's Santos, who comes in and he starts beating down on Swerve, and he's trash-talking as they tag in and out with clotheslines in the corner. Joaquin Wilde starts to dance and then beats down on Swerve with more clotheslines. There's then this rope jump assist from both Wilde and Mendoza, where like the one guy holds his hand and it's like the other jumps to do a splash or something. It looked really cool for a near fall. Finally, Swerve tags in Top Dollar, who comes in with his moves like the knee lift, sidewalk slam, the shaking elbow there for a near fall. He then picks up 1, 2, 3, all three members of Legado del Fantasma. One in a power slam position, one on his two in a power slam?
Two on his shoulders. So I thought he was going to go for like the shell shock, what Ryback used to do, where he'd stack the two jobbers up.
Yeah.
It was like that, but then had the other guy in like a power slam, world's strongest slam position. Santos, he caught.
So he wastelands one guy, power slams another guy. I don't know what.
Yeah, Wade called it the world's strongest wasteland. Yeah. This was crazy.
This
crazy
was nuts.
Strength.
Yeah, this was nuts. He takes out all three members of Legado del Fantasma, and then he picks up, I think, like Raul, and it looks like, I don't know if we've seen this. He's going for Top Dollar is going for a razor's edge, while Ashanti's ready to jump up and like neck breaker the guy at the same time. Which, what?
Yeah, like the Batista bomb RKO, but with a razor's
on Daniel
edge.
Bryan. Yeah. It was like, that looked like it was going to be insane, but it's blocked at the last minute, and then they start to beat down on Ashante. I think it's Mendoza does his run rope kick. There's then a crazy Michinoku driver, but it's broken up. The pin is broken up by the drive-by kick to the head from Swerve, just taking Raul's face off. There's then a pop-up pay dirt, the complete shot. There's a spot. It's so little and such a minuscule part of the match, but Isaiah Swerve Scott can jump on the top rope backwards.
Yeah.
Have we noticed this before?
I've not seen this before.
Like, what?
Just seemed to fly.
I know the whole stuff about Spider-Man is popular right now. We saw Vikingo in AAA as Spider-Man, but this is Spider-Man.
It looked like, you know, when you do something and then you
click it,
rewind
reverse
it. It looks like he was just hopping off, but played backwards. Very, very cool.
I was like, yo, I've seen people do like inverted moonsaults and he's about to literally do a 450, but just getting up on the top rope backwards, with just jumping with like no hands. He like clears it and gets on the top rope like Spider-Man. Crazy. Isaiah Swerve Scott, damn. So he's up there, and there's Top Dollar who does a cannonball off the steps to the outside onto everyone, which allows Swerve to hit a 450 on Santos, but he kicks out. B-Fab's on the outside and eventually throws Santos into the corner. And this is when Elektra Lopez, we've seen her once or twice here, comes down to the ring, stares down B-Fab, takes out a pipe, presumably borrowed it from Ridge Holland, his nightstick.
Well, remember B-Fab attacked them with the pipe last week.
Oh, that's right. Well, B-Fab's attacked by it, which causes a distraction as Elektra then throws the pipe in the ring to Swerve, who catches it like, I don't want this. The ref's like, hey, get out of it. Get this out of here. What is this foreign object?
Yeah, the ref, it's like, you saw
her
what
do
happened. It's like, oh, why are you holding that? It's like, dude, sorry.
There's so much commotion that allows Santos to roll up Swerve for the 1, 2, 3, and Legado del Fantasma beat Hit Row to cap off NXT here. They celebrate, and it looks like they found their answer to the B-Fab problem.
Yeah.
They one-upped Hit Row here.
I like it. I think this feud could actually go on for quite a while. I thought this match was really entertaining. Top Dollar, for like a big guy who's pretty new to this, I think he selects his spots really well.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's like, he's new, right? Like, it's going to take a while to like pick up, and not necessarily wanting to see him in long singles matches or anything, but in this team, his spots really shine, and I think
that cannonball, he does a rotate, he flips.
The cannonball looked great.
He did a whole jump.
He gets the crowd behind him. He's got the who better than Top Dollar? Nada. It's like stuff the crowd want to get into. I think it's a really entertaining kind of hot tag, and especially in a match where everyone else is just flying around. I really enjoyed this. I do want to see the 6-man again, but maybe like a street fight or something like that, something a bit more nuts. And
parking lot brawl.
I think so. I think a parking lot brawl, because then you can have the women just fighting each other during this as well. See singles matches, like we'll see B-Fab wrestle, I guess, soon. I'm thinking
I want Legado del Fantasma versus Hit Row in a parking lot brawl, and think less of Adam Cole Velveteen Dream, sorry I said his name, and more Eddie Guerrero John Cena.
Okay, I was thinking Best Friends, Santana Ortiz.
Yeah, a 5-star classic. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could do that.
But yeah, I think there's a lot more combinations of this we can do. Obviously, the main match is going to be for the North American title,
and that's clearly why they didn't go to it at Takeover. We can spread this out.
Yeah,
last long.
There's more juice in this for sure. Now you've just added
Elektra Lopez. She totally took Carmen Electra and Jennifer Lopez
100%. I also think Swerve is just fantastic. The look on his face after the bell went and he realized he's been pinned by Santos, and
he looked like it mattered.
It really looked like it mattered, and that's how it should be. You should look disappointed by losing, and almost like he was going to snap. I think this guy really could be the top guy if you wanted him to be.
In wrestling,
in wrestling, he's so great to watch in ring. I believe him. His promos are great. His raps are great. just his acting in general. He's performing the whole time. I think this guy could be huge.
You know what? I want to say everyone. I thought this was all this. You could say this is a takeover like worthy match. I thought it really delivered. It kind of crept up on me how awesome this was. They had great. Everything made sense. I think Phantasma, the group there, LDF, is so good as well. It's like, where do these guys go? Where does Hit Row go? But right now, I'm enjoying this storyline. Let this bleed out for as much as let it go. Let it go for like a while, months. There's so many things you could do. The War Games. These guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you could
let this go to the build off. The payoff for it is no. We need to get you in this.
That
War Games.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, because both teams are really hot right now.
Well, we're not having an undisputed era in War Games anymore.
So, why not?
Yeah, these two.
Yeah. No, definitely. I thought this was great, and it makes me want. You're gonna that dangling carrot should be Swerve and Santos 1-on-1 for a while.
Yes,
I think. So can't wait to see where this goes. But Swerve is someone I see like, how does he not become a big thing in wrestling? He definitely has it all. And this group, both groups look great.
I think he's on the right track.
Yeah.
No, WWE have a habit of fucking things up, but this is one of those things that they could fuck up, but they're money. Yeah. They're so money, I think.
They're so money and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
Dollar bills, y'all. Hit row. Yeah, so that was NXT as they go off the air with LDF celebrating here. That match was obviously match of the night.
Yeah.
No debate there. But moving things along, I know we keep seeing all these things. Nick Khan says a new NXT is on the horizon. Well, if it's that way, so be it. But right now, I'm still seeing what I kind of do enjoy. I can tell you that the wrestling is still pretty good. A lot of people will probably still say like, "Oh, well, it's got a wedding and index and stuff." It's like, yeah, but this
wrestling. That's wrestling.
Yeah, like that's what wrestling is.
It has
but
been for a while.
You also get some pretty good wrestling here. We keep saying that each week on this show. As long as they keep delivering the wrestling, then like I'm gonna watch.
I like shows as well that have a bit of a thread throughout the night, and you definitely had that with Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland. I kind of like the recurring story there, driving that forward. Yeah, it feels we're in a bit of a rebuild. We've just had the big takeover, so we're starting again. But I'm interested in the direction, and that main event I thought was great.
Next week, Gargano versus LA Knight, Kyle versus Duke Hudson. I think we're getting.
Yeah, Gargano versus LA Knight. Like, Knight's been impressing me with these matches with Grimes, and against Gargano, who's one of the best, that could be really good actually. And Kyle versus Duke Hudson, I'm looking forward to seeing more from him. So yeah, two matches I'm interested in.
Yeah, definitely. So that's next week on NXT. We're coming hot off that takeover. They also said Ilya Dragunov's going to talk. He's going to come out and say some things. So I wonder if we go in a direction, Pete could be like, "Yo, I beat you. I deserve a title shot."
Yeah, that is weird because Pete's sort of got these two things going on at the moment, hasn't he?
They didn't really mention it as much.
They didn't mention it at all today.
If I was them, I would have been like, "Yo, did you guys see this banger everyone's talking about?" Because no one else talks about NXT, but you should watch this match, is what they kind of said nice in some sort of way. Because they kind of downplayed.
I think that's just what next week is. Yeah, I imagine that next week is building that up. But yeah, Pete last week was definitely kind of calling out the winner of the UK Championship. But then he's like, actually, I want Joe.
Actually, I want Joe.
So whoever's baddest, who's the baddest out of the two of them?
The baddest man.
Is Ilya a bad man?
Yeah, I guess he is. He beat Walter.
Is he the baddest though?
I want Walter, Joe. But I don't know if Walter's sticking around. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That was NXT. That's what we thought. Let's see what you thought. Join the Facebook group, upNXT group on Facebook. We'll let you in, and we post up threads, and you will read them here. There's also that post-wrestling forum that we still read from. You got that one open?
Yeah, we've got Jesse from the Six. On forum.postwrestling.com says, I loved Dragunov versus Walter so much I decided to check out tonight's episode. I have some thoughts. Ridge is not a name for a human being. That's why we call him Fridge. Why do all the female wrestlers have to do a little dance and pose on the way to the ring? It's awkward as fuck. I assume he's referring to Kayden and Kacy.
He doesn't like their TikTok antics.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree, Jesse. Pete Dunne's clothes are entirely too tight. What on earth was that Brazilian lady, Gina Valentina or whatever, wearing? She looked like a Dr. Seuss character. Love it. Kaylee Ray seems like a big deal. I like that. Cool Kyle popped me with La Night. Cool Kyle is always cool. Sunglasses emoji. Why didn't Scary Ghost Lady vape? Take care.
This is why we have your feedback here, guys, to let us know what's going on with NXT from the minds of our listeners. We go to Josh Molman, who writes in, I find it very interesting that more and more NXT UK talent are being featured on TV here, and I'm here for it. And he says there's a new main event scene, and he is all for it. Okay.
We go to Corey, who says, probably heading to bed a bit early tonight, so I won't be able to... Okay. Not really sure how I feel about Carmelo Hayes winning the tournament. I feel like Odyssey Jones has more upside. Kaylee Ray impressed in her debut, but that's not shocking. I really do not like Kacy Kayden right now. Putting aside my bias towards EO, I feel like Kacy and Kayden act like 5-year-olds on a sugar rush, and it's incredibly obnoxious.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Corey.
Yeah. We go to Dylan Grayson. Well, my breakthrough COVID case quarantine ends tonight, and I successfully spent every single night watching wrestling or MMA. Barely felt a thing. The shots worked well, even against Delta. PSA aside, NXT was great. Changes may be coming after the next 3 weeks, but I'm liking what I'm seeing as of now. We have a new main event scene and the ability to bring new guys into the mix. I don't mind Duke Hudson getting a top spot if all these other guys are in the mix. I have never hated a babyface act as much as I hate Kacy and Kayden right now. They are so unlikable it hurts. Get them a new gimmick or get them off my screens. Talented athletes, but their characters are artistic equivalent of nails on a chalkboard. Boa losing to that jobber was perfect. Definitely didn't see it coming until Mei Ying made that hand gesture. Good way to further the story and build up another guy. Hit Row versus LDF slapped, and LDF winning with a distraction off the reveal of the new group member made me interested in the ongoing feud. Now the factions are balanced. Hayes versus Jones was great. I would have been more than happy to see either man win. Both will be huge stars. Oh, and the Creed brothers to Diamond Mine teas have paid off. Interested to see where the group goes. NXT is dead. Long live NXT.
We go to Sean, who says, this was a great post-takeover episode of NXT that managed to do a lot in 2 hours without ever really breaking stride. Starting in the opening match with the return of Danny Burch, Pete Dunne's group emerged as a major player in this new landscape, with the group set up for multiple feuds. Kaylee Ray made a strong debut and established herself along with Frankie Monet as potential challengers for Raquel. I also really enjoyed the NXT title segment. Joe delivered a strong mission statement as champion, and Dunne, who is much improved on the mic, Knight and Kyle all had strong follow-ups. Kyle had the line of the night with the Stone Cold Vest burn. Okay. The Breakout final was a great matchup of contrasting sizes and styles, and I like how Hayes used Joe's size against him to steal the win. Hayes winning made sense, as I feel he's farther along than Odyssey at this point. The main event was fire, and it looks like the odds are even now with Elektra Lopez joining Legado to counter B-Fab. Just so much good stuff going on. We even got a Daniel Vidot, Xyon Quinn sighting, and the upset win. Really looking forward to next week with Johnny versus LA Knight and Kyle versus Duke. And now setting up everything tonight, NXT's not dead yet.
It's not dead! I totally no-sold, by the way, Dylan's last comment about he totally was like, hey, I didn't, and I got COVID and beat it. So I want to say, hey,
yeah, congrats.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. I totally was like, forgot, but yeah, we know we love you. The love is there, Dylan. JV Aruda writes in, Barrett being scared of Kacy and Kayden was my biggest laugh of the night. Awesome Barrett sourpussing. Yeah, I think a lot of people.
It sounds like all of us would be scared.
Yeah, I'll read this one too. TJ Sharp, congrats Dylan. Yes, okay, congrats Dylan on your COVID teen ending. I'm waiting to see if mine begins. Seemed like a fairly solid show. I like how Dunne has a solid faction now. LDF gaining a female member is pretty cool. The influx of UK talent has me excited, but the overarching threat of a Vinnie Mac purge is constantly looming. Yeah.
And finally, we go to Fire Frank. Shout out Carmelo breaking out. Shout out Index Wedding. Shout out Bananas. And John Cena's tweet coming true with all these fresh faces in the women's division. Joe versus Pete, as my good friend John Pollock might say, give it to me. And shout out to everyone who made Up Next Summer so much fun. I'm humbled to be amongst all these talented people. Thank you, Dickie Bird and Sino, for bringing the best out of me. And to you, Braden and Davie, for making this fun place for all of us. NXT may change one day, but may the chat forever be fire.
Wow.
Our champion,
wow.
Fire Frank.
Shout out Fire Frank.
Fire Frank.
He beat me.
Like Dylan beat COVID.
Like Bill... Frank and me put on a 5-star. He put the end to my reign like Walter. He's the Dragonov.
Yeah.
The Dragon Fire. Fire Frank. Congrats,
Absolutely.
Fire Frank. Thanks to everyone in the feedback
end.
there. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. We'll join the Facebook group for feedback in the near future. We'll always read stuff on here. But yeah, you want to hear more from us tomorrow night. BD Elite for our takes on Dynamite and AEW and all that stuff.
It's going to be a hot one as well because it's going to be a big show. A lot happening.
Well, big show?
We've got the big show in QT Marshall. We've got the Wingmen. We've got the Gun Club in action tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, stacked card tomorrow on AEW. Hear all about it. 10:15, twitch.tv/upnextpodcast.
Yes, patreon.com/upnext. Only $5. Sign up now. And hey, maybe you haven't signed up and you're like, I like these guys, but $5 is a lot of money. Sign up on September 1st and we'll prove to you that we are, without a shadow of a doubt, the best in the... I don't know where I'm going with that.
Do it for my birthday.
Do it for your birthday. Wow, that's the cheapest.
Sign up on my birthday.
He needs money to go to All Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thank you guys for listening and supporting us. We love all the support we got on the Patreon this past week with Up Next Summer and everything. Like Frank said, the love is real here in this little community that we got. So we appreciate you listening to us here on the free feed and on the Patreon. But go follow the socials at UpNext Podcast. Give us all the likes, all the stuff. Go watch the YouTube stuff. Go comment on them. Every little bit helps, and we appreciate it. And hey, we haven't plugged ProWrestlingTees.com/UpNext
Absolutely.
in a while. But go get your Up Next Summer tank tops, your hoodies, if it's cold still, wherever you may be. That's probably not true, though, because it's really hot everywhere. Go all that stuff. And yo, shout out Stank from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah.
I think he's having a hell of a week this week.
Boy.
He doesn't need no promo on the shirts he's been selling, but holy shit. Shout out PWT Cast, because those guys, I'm sure, are busy.
Very busy.
Printing shirts.
Yeah.
Printing shirts. Just wait till...
CM Punk. Punk.
Yeah, we'll talk about more on that tomorrow. But I myself, Braden Herrington, you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm at the Brady.
And I am at Davie Portman.
Take care. Goodbye. Be safe. And sick burn, bro.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.